Good morning. I'm currently just making a video for my foodborne illness project. I tried using Screencastify, but for some reason, for every single class, it will not work on my Chromebook. But I am also just recording it like this because I'm going to be quarantined for the next 2 weeks and won't be at school, so I'm not really sure how both me and Ashley will do it, so I guess she will just have to record her own video too. But the foodborne illness I have was staph infection. Staph definitions. Staph food poisoning is a type of food poisoning caused by an infection with the Staphylococcus aureus bacterium. The bacteria multiplies in food and produces toxins, especially if food is kept at room temperature. Staph infections are caused by Staphylococcus bacteria types of germs, commonly found on the skin or in the nose of even healthy individuals. Most of the time, these bacteria cause no problems or result in relatively minor skin infections. Causes of staph. Underlying health conditions, current or recent hospitalization, unsanitary food prep, which is what we're focusing on, is people who carry staph can contaminate food if they don't wash their hands before touching it. If food is contaminated with staph, the bacteria can multiply into the food, and it produces toxins that can make people ill. Staph bacteria are killed by cooking, but the toxins are not destroyed and will still be able to cause illness. And it's usually killed by heat, but they can still escape through that and still be alive. Foods that are associated with staph food poisoning include meats, poultry, and egg products, salads such as egg, tuna, chicken, potato, macaroni, bakery-filled products such as cream-filled pastries, cream pies, chocolate eclairs, sandwich fillings, milk, and dairy products. Symptoms. Symptoms come on quickly, usually within a couple of hours of eating contaminated food. Symptoms usually disappear quickly, too often lasting just half a day. A staph infection in food usually doesn't cause a fever. Silent symptoms you can expect are nausea and vomiting, diarrhea, dehydration, low blood pressure, and stomach cramps. Ways to prevent staph. Keep your hands clean by washing them thoroughly for 20 seconds or more with soap and water. Keep cuts and scrapes clean and covered with bandages until it heals. Make sure to avoid contact with anyone's wounds or bandages. Do not share personal items such as rags, towel, clothing, etc. Some foods that can help you fight the infection and build up your immune system and just kill up the bacteria is poultry, yogurt, cauliflower, kale, and garlic. And here's some of our staph visuals, which I'm going to play that video.
Dr. Jeff Hart from Highland Family Medicine is back with us. Doctor, good to see you.
Likewise.
A couple weeks ago, we spent this segment talking about salmonella. This morning, a similar theme is staphylococcal food poisoning. All right, I got it out. What is it?
So staphylococcal food poisoning is basically poisoning caused by a toxin produced by bacteria. Unlike the salmonella, which is caused by the bacteria infecting a person, this is caused by the side effects of having the toxin in one's system.
How do we get it?
So how do we get staph
Right.
toxin? Basically,
Right.
we have to eat food that staph has been growing in. Now, staph is present on 25% of people and animals. They have it on their body, and it can get transmitted to food as they're preparing food. And then the toxin grows, and we ingest it.
Okay, so that's how we get it. What are the symptoms? Once we have it, how do we realize we've got something wrong?
So the symptoms usually are very quick in onset, between an hour and 6 hours after we're exposed, because again, it's the toxin. The organism doesn't have to grow in us. We just ingest the toxin.
Right.
So nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, not a fever, but just feeling very sick, starting to throw up. And that usually goes on for a day or so.
What can we do to treat it?
Basically, stay well hydrated. So even when people are vomiting, they can usually take sips of water and keep themselves hydrated. If people get really lightheaded or faint, that could be a sign that they need to see a medical person and even think about getting IV fluids. But most people can just sip a lot of water, lay low, and after 12 to 24 hours, things will be better.
Needless to say, nobody wants a staph food poisoning. What can we do to prevent it?
So to prevent it, in the first place, prevent getting it on food. So people should be washing their hands thoroughly or even wearing gloves when preparing food. Making sure that food is well cooked. The highest risk food is food that is touched and then not cooked. So, for example, making a sandwich with cold cuts, or moving food around that's not well refrigerated. The other is keeping food refrigerated or hot, so it should be kept below 40 or above 140 degrees. If it sits around for a long time at room temperature, the staph is more likely to grow. And one thing to know is that staph doesn't necessarily smell bad, so food can be contaminated and still smell and taste fine.
Right, you might not be aware that it's contaminated.
That's right.
All right, so take those good preventative steps. Thanks, doctor. We appreciate it.
You're welcome.
More information online, cdc.gov/food safety, diseases, and staphylococcal. That's it for now. For more, head to our website at rochesterfirst.com.
All right, and that was everything. I hope you enjoyed my presentation. Thank you.